Hi everyone, this is the LEGO Creator 3-in-1 Mini Convertible Monster Truck. It's a polybag that was released in January 2025, and it has a coupon for Legoland at the back. Let's open it and see what's inside. The set contains 55 pieces, and here they are. They are predominantly black, but we also got some pieces in red and orangish yellow or yellowish orange, and here are the only 2 extra pieces of the set. There are also instructions, but we will not be using these. I'll be building all 3 builds without the instructions, starting with this airplane. And we're done with the build, at least the way I can see it just from this small picture right here. I'm not using any 3D view or anything like that. So here we got a small plane. It's very swooshable. It's very small in terms of its size, and here it is compared to a minifigure. This is not included in the set, but rather sold separately. You can see it's a nice little plaything. And if you want to make a minifigure sit on this thing, you're going to have to remove 2 pieces and make him sit. And yeah, it's like a Star Wars microfighter, but not licensed or anything like that. So you could use this with any minifigure that you want, even though no minifigure is included in the set. So that's cool. You have the jet engines right here, they can spin. So that's actually a pretty good look now that I think about it. That's pretty nice. This is adjustable. And I like the lights here at the rear, even though they're not the most realistic thing, but still nice to have. I would have liked to see red and green just to indicate left, right, but at this size and scale and price, I'm not going to complain about that. And I wish that this piece was transparent to better represent a cockpit, but again, because it's a 3-in-1 model, you can definitely use your imagination for that, just like in the good old days. So yeah, it's a nice little model, and this is the 3rd model, so it's expected to be the weakest, but I'm still pretty happy with it. Now, this does leave a bunch of parts behind, so you can potentially use those parts to make this plane better, or you could use these parts for other creations, or to create the other builds. Speaking of which, now I'm going to take apart the plane and build this. But let's just do one final look at the plane from all angles, just to make sure I've not missed any of the details. Alright, let's build the sports car. This is that sports car or roadster, whatever you want to call it. And again, I built this using only this picture. And this is also a nice build. It goes really fast. It's a nice fun car to play with. And it has a brick-built spoiler. I like the triangle shaping here, instead of just using this preformed piece. So it shows kids that you can have your imagination. I know kids, of course, are going to plop this on top just for fun. But basically, the message of this car is you can do stuff that's completely brick-built. You can do stuff that's different from the main model and from the C model. And I like that we have so many alternatives with this build. Yeah, not too much to say about this. I like this part at the back the most, but the rest of it looks okay. I think we could have used these pieces to indicate a transparent cockpit. I think that would have made more sense, but for whatever reason they chose not to use them here. But yeah, here it is from all angles. I'm not 100% confident about this part right here, but the rest of the build is what the designer intended, I believe. This part I'm not sure about too, because I just added it. It made sense to have lights, red lights at the back, but this is not visible from the polybag, obviously. So yeah, it's a nice little build. Here's a look at it from all angles. I'll bring it a bit closer to the camera. Yeah, and in terms of minifigure compatibility, this one can actually seat 2 minifigures, or even 3. You don't even need to change anything. You can put a minifigure right here, you can put another one right here, and you can put a 3rd minifigure right here, sitting or standing. Of course, none of these minifigures are included in the set, and these are all sold separately. Yeah, that's very fun. And potentially you can put even more minifigures on this side and that side. So that's very nice in terms of holding minifigures and transporting them around. You can also remove this piece and add 1 or 2 minifigures here as well. So that's pretty cool. Okay, it's time now to build the main model. This is the largest, and it should use almost all the pieces. And because it's a bit larger, it should be a bit easier to build. And we're done with the main build. The way I built it, we end up not using these pieces, and I think what I have is pretty close to what is on the polybag. So this is a very interesting monster truck. If I saw this without really having the polybag telling me it was a monster truck, I might not recognize it was a monster truck specifically. I mean, from the front, it's more obvious because the wheels are oversized and you can kind of see that this is a truck but lifted. But just looking at it from this angle, that becomes less clear. So it really depends on your perspective and which angle you see this first. I like the color scheme of red and yellowish orange. I do think that it's done well overall. It is 4 studs wide, so a bit smaller than your standard LEGO City vehicle from modern sets that are sold these days, but it would fit right in with older LEGO sets from a few decades ago. So yeah, it rolls very well. It's a nice thing to play. There is no suspension, but look at this. Because of the wheels, the rubber that's used, and because of its very low weight, it can actually bounce. So this is, I guess, an unintended play feature of the thing. The spoiler, again, is adjustable, although this is probably the angle that makes the most sense. And again, you can remove these pieces and put one or more minifigures sitting or standing on the thing. So yeah, Kai in particular from Ninjago goes really well with this thing with his color scheme, so that's pretty cool. But again, this figure is not included with the set, you have to buy him separately. So yeah, it's a cool little toy. You can build it in 3 different ways. The shaping here, I guess, maybe could be improved a little bit, but really I'm nitpicking here. This is a polybag and not an 18+ display model. But yeah, what is here is good, and I like the idea of LEGO Creator 3-in-1. Basically, you buy one set and you build 3 things out of it. And I'm sure with these pieces, people are going to come up with all sorts of different builds, and I'm sure someone's going to turn this into a building or a dragon or a chocolate bar or something. So I love the Creator 3-in-1 theme, and I hope that LEGO continues to make many, many sets like this in the future. It's probably outside the realm of budget for this set to include a minifigure, but it would be so nice if sets like these could also include a minifigure to bring the set to life. So yeah, another successful polybag from LEGO. Let's take a look at the instructions after having built all of them. My guess is that only the main build is going to be included here. And yes, it's as I had assumed. Basically, if you want the building instructions for this model or this model, you gotta search for it online. But it's no big deal because, as we've seen, it's possible to build all 3 builds without the instructions. Again, here's one final look at the thing for the sake of completeness. I'm pretty sure I've showed all the angles already, but just in case, I'm guessing maybe this piece goes down here. But it doesn't really make a difference either way in terms of the appearance because you're not going to see that piece. So yeah, that's it for this set. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. And be sure to like and subscribe for more amazing videos coming your way very soon. Bye for now.